Have you ever wondered, why don't people with plenty of money to retire, why don't they retire? Why do they keep working? I've been a financial advisor for over 20 years. I've worked with clients from all different walks of life. I've seen this dozens and dozens of times. And in today's video, I want to share with you some of the things that I've seen as to why people with plenty of money, even rich and wealthy people, continue working. And the first one is, and this might surprise you, but they, like all of us, have some sense of financial scarcity. They don't feel like they have enough. They're not sure if they have enough. They may know it here, but they don't know it here. You know, it doesn't feel like they have enough. And this might sound crazy, but let me back this up. There's a study that was done by Boston College. It was by their endowment group. They wanted to find out the endowment department, which is in charge of going out and asking people to donate money to the university. They wanted to find out more about their largest donors. And one of the questions, I don't know why they asked it, but they did, was they asked, do you feel financially secure? And if you don't feel financially secure, how much money would you need in order to feel financially secure? Now, these are people that have enough money to write $100,000 checks to universities, right? So they clearly have plenty of money. In fact, the average net worth was over $50 million, 50. And like I said, this is going to surprise you. The average respondent, it was like 60 or 70% of them, said they did not feel financially secure. And most of them, it was pretty interesting that it was pretty consistent. It was if they had double the amount they had now. So there was somebody that had a family that had $500 million. And their reply is, no, we do not feel financially secure. But we would feel financially secure if we had $1 billion. Now you think about that, it would probably be impossible or close to impossible for that family to spend that money. And think about your friends, think about yourself. You know, if you have $500,000, it would be normal for you to feel, boy, if I had $1 million, I'd feel a lot more secure. If you had $1 million, it would be normal for you to feel, if I had $2 million, I would feel financially secure. If you had $2.5 million, the number would be $5 million. So as Morgan Housel says in his excellent book, The Psychology of Money, one of the challenges for all of us is to keep those goalposts, the milestones that we're trying to achieve, to keep those from moving. Figure out what we need and to keep those from moving. So that's the first one, is they don't feel financially secure, and it's not, oftentimes it's not a rational thing. The next one for many people is money is their scorecard. It's how they view their success. Maybe they're the breadwinner for the family, they're the provider, and so making more money is something that they've done their whole life, is, you know, trying to provide well for the family. And so that paycheck amount, the number that shows up in their pay stub, is important to them. And it's hard to break that habit once that becomes your scorecard. What would be your new scorecard? And oftentimes people struggle with that. I mean, it's easy to give a rote answer and to say, oh, you know, I want to improve the lives of other people. But in their heart of hearts, what's really going to be the new scorecard as they get up out of bed and they're excited about doing something? What is it that drives them? And it's just so easy to let money be our scorecard. And as we're early in our careers, that can be one healthy aspect of motivating us for work, and it can get us to put in the extra effort and to study extra hard when we're trying to learn a new subject for work, and to put in the extra effort to succeed and help the company reach their goals. But at some point, we all need to transition, unless we're going to work until we die. We need to transition from money being our scorecard to whatever else that purpose is in your life. And that can be daunting. And that leads me into the third reason that people with plenty of money to retire, why they don't retire. And that is just the fear of the unknown, right? Most of us have been working 20, 30, 40 years. We know this routine, right? We go to the office, we have the people that we hang with. Many of us have been doing what we do for a long time. We're likely good at what we do. And it's this new transition, and it's just this fear of, what's that new life look like? And unfortunately, you don't know what that new life is going to look like till you do it. Now, there's ways that you can test it out. And I think that's a smart thing to do, is to think about testing out retiring early, testing out your new passions. Could you, let's say you get 4 weeks of vacation a year, could you take all 4 weeks of those together? Could you talk your boss into getting another 4 weeks without pay? So you can be gone 2 months and try out different things. Maybe you think it would be fun to coach one of the teams at the local high school, or to be involved with a not-for-profit, or maybe you think traveling would be fun. Well, go test it out, see what that's like, and develop, invest the time to discover these new passions. So you have something pulling you out of work, because unfortunately, there's no redos, there's no mulligans on life. If we get to the point where we've retired and we say, I was scared of the transition, but now that I'm here, I really like it. And as a financial advisor for over 20 years, I can say, 70, 80% plus of my clients are very glad that they retired when they did, and frankly wish that they had retired sooner. Well, if you're 67, if you're 70 years old when you retire, there's no mulligans. You can't say, if I had retired when I was 55, I find out I really enjoy traveling, but it's really hard on me physically now, or, mentally, just because you're dealing with border crossings and all the logistics and all that. We can't turn back the clock anymore. So that's another one. Okay, let's keep going with this list. Another one is, and this is an altruistic one, that their work in some ways is their way of giving back. Maybe they've started a company and they've hired all of the employees in that company, and they feel this bond to the employees and to the families of their employees, and they want that company to succeed at the highest level, not just for them, but for their employees as well. Or maybe they feel that they're enriching the lives of their clients and their customers. So work is their way to give back, but is there a way to give back outside of work? So like most things in life, there's pros and cons. Is there a way to give back outside of work so that you don't have the negatives associated with work? But anyways, let's keep going on why people with enough money. The next one is, power. For many folks, work is a place that they have their power established, right? They have teams that work for them. It's easy to get stuff done because they have other people that do it. It gives them their identity, and it also gives them social status. When they go to parties, they're looked up upon because they're good at their job. They have a high status job. Another one is maybe all of their friends are at work. They don't have friends outside of work. And they're fearful, and rightfully so, that once they leave work, they're going to lose those friendships, or those friendships are going to change. And, we'll no longer have that proximity on a daily basis, 5 days out of the week, with the people we're friends with at work. We won't share that common mission. We may not share the common enemy, the guy that cooks fish in the microwave or whatever it is. So they're worried about losing that camaraderie that they have with people. And then the next one is perks. Frankly, after working 20, 30, 40 years, some people's jobs have a lot of nice perks. Maybe they get a company car. Maybe they have a company credit card, and they get to take clients who have now become friends out for dinner. And it's just nice to have that perk. Not only do they get perks, but they can give perks to other people on their team. So it's fun to have perks, and it's also fun to share those perks. So that's another reason. And then the last reason, which I left for the end because I think it's the most important one, there are people that really, really love their job. Think of somebody like Warren Buffett, who's in his 90s and still whistles to work and skips to work because he absolutely loves it. But you want to make sure that you're being thoughtful and deliberate if you keep working, because again, there are no mulligans. And that's why I made this video here. Why retiring at 65 might be a big mistake. I'll see you in that video. Thanks for watching this one. Bye-bye.